Tears of joy filled in your eyes as you looked at your husband standing in front of you. Today your marriage hit 1 year and you never expected that he will remember your wedding anniversary because he's always cold and distant, but he came home with a present for you. This was the best day of your life till now, and you thought that he actually started to care for you unlike you thought. A tear left from your eyes, but you quickly wiped it before looking at him again. I'm so happy to know that you remember our wedding anniversary, and thank you for this gift, it's so precious. He simply nodded, his face was still cold as usual. How can I forget that day? I would like if you wear this perfume every day. You smiled through your tears and nodded. I will. By the way, I have prepared special dinner because it's our anniversary today. He took a deep breath, rubbing the side of his head a little. Actually, I've already ate. There was a lunch fixed with a client and I'm not hungry. You can eat. This did make you upset because you prepared so much by yourself thinking he would eat with you for the first time at least. You forced a smile. Okay. Jungkook took a last glance at you before walking away. You looked at the box in your hands and this was enough for you to be happy. You weren't even expecting this. You sat on the couch and unwrapped the box only to find a perfume bottle. It was expensive and a unique brand that you never heard of, but when you sprayed it a little on your wrist, the smell instantly made you happy. It was actually good. At least he remembered this day. Maybe things will get better from here. You smiled on your own, thinking that one day this marriage would be exactly like how you thought. A year ago, you and Jungkook got married. It was an arranged marriage, a marriage of convenience. Jungkook never gave you any hope, never showed you at once that he was in love or any feelings at all for you. You discussed it with your parents because you didn't feel good and you wanted divorce, but they told you to wait. You decided to give it a try for a few months because everyone was just telling you to wait, and suddenly Jungkook's behavior started to change. It's like he wanted you to stay. Eventually, you started to share the same room but never came closer physically. He always looked hesitant, you thought he wasn't ready and you weren't ready either. But seeing his bare minimum efforts, you fell in love with him. And now you have hopes that one day everything will be fine. You will have a bright and beautiful future with him. It was an arranged marriage and maybe that's why he wasn't ready, but now maybe he wants to make efforts. You got up and decided to go in your room. Tonight you decided to wear this perfume. Jungkook loosened his tie and took it off before throwing it on the bed. He looked so exhausted and dropped himself on the bed before closing his eyes. Suddenly his phone rang. He checked the ID and a small smile appeared on his face, a rare smile. He answered it. How are you? I missed you. Smiling to yourself, you came in front of your bedroom, but then you paused outside the doorway, hearing Jungkook's deep voice through the crack of the slightly open door. He was on the phone. His tone was serious but soft, which caught your attention, but then you heard something that turned your world upside down. Yeah, I brought her the same perfume as yours. She doesn't know yet. Your heart skipped a beat when you heard him say that. Her? You stood frozen, not daring to move closer as your grip on the perfume bottle tightened. Your breath became shallow as you listened further. I know, I just wanted to feel your presence in the house again. It feels empty without you around. A knot formed in your stomach and tears quickly filled your eyes. You covered your mouth with your hand as you were afraid you'll cry. This was the biggest betrayal of your life. Now you realize why Jungkook was always cold and distant. Now you understood that why he was nice to you for a certain period of time and suddenly became distant again after getting the post of CEO, because that's why he agreed to go with this marriage, and he made it clear to you few months ago. I miss it too. Your scent always made me feel calmer. Your heart felt like it's about to shatter. He's talking about another woman. He had never spoken to you like this, at least not recently. You stood there battling with yourself, a part of you wanting to storm in and confront him, another part terrified of what you might hear next. Jungkook sat on the other end. His tone was softer, almost affectionate. I just hope she likes it. I didn't want her to know why I chose it. It's personal. I didn't want her to think I was comparing. You feel your world collapse around you, comparing. The words hit you hard. Your worst fear feel confirmed. He's been thinking about someone else, comparing you to another woman, someone who meant enough to him to keep her scent alive in your home. With tears falling down your eyes, you walked away from there, didn't able to hear more, doesn't want to stay anymore now. This was the end of your patience. You gave your best, but in return, you got betrayed. I started to feel things for her, but I'm not confident how to express. For almost a year, I was distant. I don't think she would believe me. He said, sitting on the bed, lowering his mother's picture to his lap. Earlier he was talking to his sister, but the moment you came in front of his room and whatever you heard, he wasn't on call. He was talking to his mother's photo. Someone so dear to him, but he lost her. Tell me, Amma, what should I do? I'm lost. I don't know if you would understand what's going on with me right now, but I think I've made a mess of things. This marriage, it was nothing to me at first. I didn't even care. I treated her like she wasn't there, like it didn't matter. She deserves more than that, more than what I gave her. I thought I could stay distant. I thought if I didn't let her in, then I wouldn't feel anything. I was wrong. Now I don't know how to tell her I have changed. I don't know if she would even believe me. Why would she? I have been so cold, so closed off. He says, staring at his mother's picture, Mom, you always told me to marry someone who would bring out the best in me. I didn't see it at first, but she's that person. She's everything I didn't realize I wanted. It's like when I look at her, I see pieces of you. Her kindness, her patience. It reminds me of how you were. He lets out a shaky sigh, running his fingers through his hair. I'm scared though. I don't know if I'm too late. She deserves better than what I have been giving her. What if she doesn't trust me? What if I have pushed her away for good? I don't know what to do, Mom. I want to show her that I have changed, that I'm falling for her, but I'm afraid that she won't believe me, that it's too late to fix things. I just want her to see me, the real me, not the cold man I have been. But what if I have ruined my chance? He brought the picture closer to his chest and closed his eyes, and tears fell from his eyes. You threw the perfume bottle away and dropped on your knees before bursting into tears, clenching your shirt around your chest. This was too much, something you never thought. You always thought he needs time, like how you needed it at first, but you were wrong. He never thought about it because he already had someone in his heart. I was fooling myself all this time. I should have left. This is all my fault. I thought I could bring the best out of him. I thought there was a chance for us to have a future together. You started crying, not caring if Jungkook will hear or not. How come I never noticed it? How come I never thought this could be the reason behind his cold and distant behavior? Jungkook came in the living room when he heard muffled voices coming to his room. When he reached the living room, he was shocked to see the sight in front of him. You were crying. The bottle of perfume that he gifted you was thrown away at a distance. Wyan? You stopped and your jaws clenched when you heard his voice. The pain of betrayal, heartbreak, and the game he played with you burst like a bubble. He came near you. Wyan, what happened? Why are you crying? He got worried seeing your condition. You didn't bother to wipe your tears and got up before looking at him. Why am I crying? You really have the nerves to ask me why I'm crying? Jungkook looked at you confused. Wyan, Before he could speak, you cut him off. Don't say my name. You know why I'm crying? Because you're the worst man I've ever met, Jungkook. Jungkook's face went pale, his eyes widened with shock. He took a step towards you, but you stepped back, glaring at him as if he disgusts you. How could you? How could you do this to me, Jungkook? How could you pretend all this time without feeling disgusting? You have another woman in your heart and keep me here like some fool, pretending we were building a life together. Jungkook's brows furrow in confusion. What? What are you talking about? What woman? Don't play dumb, Jungkook. Now there's nothing to pretend. I heard you. You were talking about her. The woman you have been comparing me to. The one you want to keep in your heart while I'm stuck here in this fake marriage. He genuinely looked confused. Why? Let's talk about this. You must have misunderstood something. You cut him off, picking up the perfume bottle from the floor, holding it tightly in your trembling hand. The memory of what you overheard flooded back. This. You hold up the perfume, your voice trembled because of hurt and anger. You brought me this because you wanted to smell her, didn't you? You wanted her scent everywhere in this house because I wasn't enough for you. Is that it? You didn't even tell me the truth, so I would have left. Tears blurred your vision, but your anger pushed you forward. Before he could react, you started spraying the perfume wildly around the room, desperate to make him feel the pain you feel. Here, smell her, Jungkook, smell her. This is what you wanted, right? To have her all over this house, to replace me with her. Well, here she is. You shouted while crying. Jungkook rushed to you and grabbed your wrist to stop you from spraying anymore. He understood the whole matter. He pulled the bottle away from you before looking at you. Why stop? Please, just listen to me. Leave me. Leave my hand. I hate you now. I hate you. You try to free yourself while tears blurred your vision. Jungkook's eyes teared up knowing how much this misunderstanding has broken you. Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you just tell me the truth? I would have left, Jungkook. I would have walked away instead of believing there was still hope for us. You made me think I could bring out the best in you. I thought maybe, just maybe, we could have a future together. I was holding on to that hope even though it seems impossible. Today when you gave me this perfume, I thought things will work between us. But I never thought you were just playing with my feelings. You must have enjoyed seeing me caring about you. You must have felt so high of yourself when I was loving you even when you didn't care. What did you get after doing this, Jungkook? Why did you marry me when you already loved someone else? Why did you think it was okay to break my heart? Jungkook held your shoulders tightly. Do you really think I would have married you if there was someone else in my heart? It's true that this marriage was just a business deal and we both were familiar about this. I told you that I agreed to this because I was getting something out of it, but it was never about another woman. He looked straight into your eyes, not even blinking, but you don't believe him. Then what was that? Everything I heard? What was that? You want me to believe you when I heard you talking to someone over the phone and say all that? He looked devastated, holding your wrist as his eyes filled with pain and regret. Why, no, you have got it all wrong. I was talking to my mom's picture, not another woman. He slowly released your wrist and his voice was quiet but desperate. There's no one else. There never was. I don't know what you think you heard, but I have been struggling with my feelings for you. You stood there frozen, trying to process his words. I have been distant because I didn't know how to show you that I have changed, that I have fallen for you. I was cold because I didn't realize what you meant to me until it was too late. But it was never about another woman, Ryan. It's you. It's always been you. His voice broke as he stared at you, begging you to believe him. And you think I'll believe you? Just like that? He tried to control his tears. I know, and that's why I never brought myself to tell you that I'm falling for you. I know whatever I did, you will hardly believe me. I myself don't think I deserve to be given a chance after how I had behaved all this time, but trust me, there was no other woman. Then what's with that perfume thing? You said you gave me that because you wanted to feel her presence. Your tears were falling down continuously. My mom used to wear that perfume. It was her signature scent. After she passed, I brought it for you because it reminded me of her. But I didn't want to tell you and make it awkward. It's just having that scent in the house brings me a sense of peace. You looked at him in stunned silence. I wasn't comparing you to anyone. It's just that I miss her, and having you here with something that reminds me of her makes me feel like I haven't lost everything. He came closer to you and gently held your shoulders. I know that nothing can justify my behavior towards you. I never tried to be the man you always wanted me to be. Even you decided to give it a chance, but I was stuck whether I wanted this marriage or not. And in the end, I realized that yes, I do feel the same for you, but I guess it was too late. But I still want to try, he said, looking in your eyes. I want a chance to prove myself to you, that I can be better, that the future you imagine I can be worth giving a chance. I'm scared. I'm scared if I could give you that chance because I've tried and got nothing in return. Then it's my turn now. Let me make efforts. I'm sorry for everything. You search his eyes and you can only see sincerity and genuineness. You wanted to believe him, but the doubts were still pulling you back. Wyan, he brought you out of your thoughts. Can I really believe you, Jungle? He knew this time it was hard for you, but he was determined. Give me a chance to change your mind. I'll do whatever it takes to show you that I'm serious about this. I don't want to lose you. In that moment, you could feel the tension between you shifting. It wasn't just a desire to mend what was broken, it was a shared understanding that both of you had a part to play in this journey. The thought of rebuilding your trust was daunting, but a small part of you wanted to believe it was possible. After what felt like an eternity of silence, you took a deep breath, letting the emotions swirl around you. You realized that perhaps this was the moment to embrace the uncertainty and take a leap of faith. Maybe, just maybe, you could allow him the opportunity to show you the man he could be. If you're truly committed to this, then let's see where it leads us. But know that it will take time for me to trust you again. A flicker of hope came into his eyes. He cupped your cheek and wiped a stray tear away with his thumb. I promise you, I will win your trust and erase all your doubts. You nodded. I hope things will go as you are saying. They will, I promise you. He pulled you in a gentle hug and you closed your eyes knowing this time things will definitely change. And I'm sorry for everything that I have done, but I'll fix everything. We'll have a beautiful future together. Then I'll be the happiest person alive.